You might have ordered dinner from Uber Eats last night, but did you know the delivery platform was born in Toronto 10 years ago? And here to talk about it now, about the market for the delivery services and where it is 10 years on, is Lola Kassim, head of Uber Eats for Canada. Lola, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
A 10-year anniversary. What made you choose Toronto for the starting point for it?
Great question. So if you think back about 10 years, Uber was a really exciting and innovative place to work, especially in Toronto. So it was a time when the Uber rideshare app was growing and scaling. And Toronto was one of those markets where the company was doing a lot of experimentation and innovation. And really, if you think about the factors that we've got here in Toronto, we have a really dense cosmopolitan city. We've got a diverse restaurant scene. And we had a fantastic base of talent here in Toronto that was open to trying and testing new things and doing really well. And we also had a bunch of delivery people who were open to trying delivering food. So we had really kind of a panoply of factors that contributed to making this one of the best cities that we could possibly launch this product in.
And now, 10 years on, what's the biggest change that you've seen? And you've been with them for a big chunk of it. What's the biggest change? What's the biggest challenge?
Yeah, so I've been leading the business for the last 6 years, and we've seen a lot of change. But what I would say is the biggest change we've seen is that this has become less of a luxury, I'm going to treat myself by ordering Uber Eats, to something that people really see as providing day-to-day convenience and value. So it's just becoming ingrained in people's habits. And I'd say another key piece is that people are looking to Uber Eats, not just for their restaurant meals, great, people are still ordering their breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But we've been able to expand to meet consumers' needs to have just about anything delivered on demand. So whether that's groceries or pet food or alcohol, even cannabis, which we now deliver safely and reliably, we're just able to meet consumers' needs to get just about everything, just about anything at that need, at that speed and the reliability that people are looking for.
And you've had competition come in. What's the biggest challenges you've faced with competition, and what do you learn from them?
Yeah, so competition is great. It really keeps everyone on their toes and makes sure that we are continuing to push and innovate to provide the best service available to Canadians. So I'm proud to say that we are by far the leading delivery player in Canada, but we've gotten to that place by really focusing on our customers' needs. What do our consumers want to see? What do our restaurants or the other retailers that we partner with, what are they looking for? How can we help them grow their businesses? And then, of course, the people who are delivering on their app, we want to make sure that they're able to have flexible ways to earn money. And I think another key piece for us in making sure that we're distinctive and differentiating ourselves is making sure that we're available for as many Canadians as we can be coast to coast. So we now operate in more than 400 cities. We cover 85% of the population. We're not just in, the Torontos, the Ottawas, Vancouvers, but we're everywhere, including, Yellowknife and Whitehorse. So we're really passionate about making sure that we can provide that speed, that convenience, that value, that access to people across the country.
Now, one of the challenges for Canadians right now, I think a lot of Canadians, is finances and struggling with cost. Are you noticing a drop, and how are you approaching that to try and keep customers? Are you losing customers because they're having to make the decision of, it's too much to get it delivered, it costs too much to get it delivered, I'll have to go get it, or I won't get it at all?
Yeah, no, great point. Times are tough for Canadians, and I think that means a few things. One, people are looking for value, which is something that we've been really leaning into, especially with our restaurant partners and our other merchants. How can we offer deals and offers to help Canadians at this time? But of course, when people are busy, people are still looking for that convenience and that value. So as long as we're able to deliver that, we've continued to see the business grow and grow. We've also been leaning into other ways to create value for consumers. For instance, we have our membership product called Uber One. So if you're an Uber One member, you are able to get $0 delivery fees. You're able to get cash back on some of your rides and also your deliveries as well. So yes, affordability is key, and we're continuing to look for ways to make sure that we're providing a service that's convenient, but also providing the value that Canadians are looking for right now.
McDonald's lowered some of their value meal prices and freezing prices. Have you thought about lowering some of your prices or freezing freezing rates?
That's a great question. So when you think about it, we are a platform, and restaurants or other retailers, they list their services on their platform, and they're able to set those prices. But are we working very closely with those retailers to see, hey, how can they reduce prices, provide offers like buy one, get one deals, all of those kind of things? That's something that our teams are working closely with them
what
on.
about your fees as well? Have you thought about that? Just the fees that you set?
And in terms of the fees that we set, we're always reviewing them to make sure that the system makes sense, right? Of course, we've got several sides to the marketplace. We have our delivery people who we need to make sure are earning fair and sustainable earnings. We have restaurants who are doing this to grow their revenue base, but also their businesses. They need to make sure that they're able to stay afloat. And as you mentioned, we've got our eaters who want to make sure that they're able to use this service, but that it's valuable and convenient. So we're always looking at the interplay between how things work for those three sides of the marketplace as we review our fees.
I just want to get one more question in about technology. Driverless cars are approaching. How do you see them fitting in with a food delivery service? Would people be willing? Do you think they'd be ready to go out to the street to get food and have it rather than have it delivered to their door? How are you approaching that and AI as well?
A great question. So when it comes to autonomous delivery and driving, obviously that's the way of the future. And this is an area where Uber is really leading with pilots around the world. I think we shouldn't be surprised if we start to see more and more autonomous vehicles in cities globally, and I think eventually Canada at scale delivering food. So I think that's something we're definitely going to see in the future. And when it comes to AI, we are a tech-driven company. So AI is nothing new for us. And so I think this is something that's been in the background helping us optimize our services and build the best marketplace possible. And we're going to continue leaning into AI to provide a better consumer experience, whether it's how you order in the app, whether it's how you order with other AI services you use, and also the customer support that we're able to provide.
But do you think people would be ready to come out, like if they're in an apartment and they're going to have to come down and get their food outside in the rain? Do you think they'd be ready to do that?
Well, I have seen, looking at other pilots that have happened, in other places, there's a bit of a novelty factor to it. So I think people are excited to see new technology. If you think back to the first time you took an Uber ride or you ordered on Uber Eats, people are excited about that. And it may require a little bit of shift in behavior or shift in mindset, but I think it's something that people will be excited to see, and we'll have to, again, respond to how consumers are taking that product so that we can, optimize going forward.
All right, Lola, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
And happy anniversary.
Great.
Cheers. Lola Kassim is the head of Uber Eats for Canada.